Type 1. The perfectionist. Some people have a built-in radar for things that aren't quite right, an itch they can't ignore until it's scratched. That's the hidden advantage of your personality. You notice when something's off, even when most people don't think it's an issue. It's not about being picky. It's about knowing that small mistakes hide bigger risks, and catching them early saves a lot of trouble. You carry an unspoken responsibility for making sure the details add up, the rules get followed, and the work stands up to scrutiny. You don't wait for problems, you prevent them. That energy makes you the go-to person when things need to be done right, because you actually care about what right means. The difference shows in how often your efforts save a whole lot of time, money, or headaches no one else even saw coming. But when perfect becomes the goal instead of the guide, it often makes completion nearly impossible. Sometimes, the best call is knowing when good enough is enough, and letting the little things go. Not because they don't matter, but because your energy is a resource, not an endless well. Type 2. The helper. Ever notice how some people seem to sense who needs support before a word is said? That's the helper's unspoken gift. You don't just see a group of people, you see the silent signals that reveal who's barely holding it together. Stepping in with help is almost second nature, whether it's a kind word, a thoughtful gesture, or simply being there when it counts. That attentiveness builds trust and connection in ways most people don't realize. You're the one who remembers birthdays, sends texts with the right words at just the right time, and shows up with a lifeline without expectation. It's not about being the center of attention. It's about creating a network of support that holds people steady when life gets messy. And you're often the cornerstone of the group. The problem is, sometimes your generosity runs ahead of your own needs. You give so much to other people and forget the most important person in your circle is you. Learning to let others show up for you too can feel foreign, but it's what keeps your kindness sustainable and your heart from running dry. Type 3. The achiever. Winning isn't just something you want, you need it to survive. You have a remarkable ability to zero in on a goal, cutting out distractions and focusing on what moves the needle. While others are still debating the plan, you're already 3 steps ahead, turning ideas into action. For you, efficiency isn't a skill, it's pure instinct. That instinct to adapt quickly to whatever the situation demands sets you apart. You know how to show up polished and confident, not out of vanity, but because you understand it's the key that unlocks doors. The spotlight doesn't intimidate you, it energizes you, giving you the opportunity to prove you can deliver when it matters most. The need to achieve comes with its own set of challenges. When your sense of worth is tied to success, setbacks can hit hard. But failure doesn't define who you are. It's simply part of how you learn and improve. Recognizing that can ease the pressure enough to keep moving without losing yourself along the way. Type 4. The individualist. Do you ever feel like you're running a secret race, one that no one else signed up for? That's the advantage of being an individualist. You don't just want to fit in or follow the usual path, you want life to carry your unique signature, something no one else could copy. Being different isn't a problem. It's what makes you thrive. At heart, you're deeply self-aware and sensitive. You sense emotions and moods under the surface, even when no one says anything. That gives you the rare ability to name the feelings most people can't quite figure out. You're honest with yourself, sometimes brutally so, and it's that honesty that draws others to you. People don't just open up to you, they know you understand. But that search for authenticity comes with its own burden. You sometimes feel like you're missing a vital piece of yourself, like the real you is elsewhere, waiting to be found. That longing is part of your story, and it can be both beautiful and hard. Still, the people who truly know you already see what makes you wonderful, even when you're still discovering it yourself. Type 5. The investigator. Imagine having a mind that's like a vault, holding vast amounts of knowledge, absorbing facts and details that others overlook. You don't just skim the surface, you dive into subjects with relentless focus, building expertise few can match. This intense concentration lets you solve problems by finding patterns and connections hidden to most. Your ability to conserve energy and boundaries is often mistaken for aloofness, but it's a strategic choice. By limiting distractions and interactions, you channel your mental resources where they count. This selective engagement lets you bring clarity and perspective to situations full of noise and confusion. Your calm detachment is not distance, it's a tool for sharper thinking and creative problem solving. The challenge is balancing this inward focus with the outside world. You know that your insights hold value, but sharing them requires trust and vulnerability. Letting others in, carefully and on your own terms, turns your solitary strengths into collective advantage. Type 6. The loyalist. Loyalty isn't just a trait for you, it's the foundation for your world. Your commitment to people and causes creates a net of support that others rely on, making you a stabilizing force in uncertain times. While you may not give your trust lightly, when you do, it's steadfast and unwavering. Responsibility drives you. You take every promise seriously and see it through, often being the most reliable person in the room. Your loyalty fosters teamwork and creates environments where people feel safe and connected. You're always scanning for what could go wrong, not out of fear, but from a strategic urge to prepare and protect. This makes you an excellent problem solver who plans for every outcome. But while you're cautious, you show courage when it counts, standing firm for what's important with clear, practical resolve. Loyalty deepens your bonds with others, but it also makes uncertainty hard to bear. You wrestle with doubt and overthinking, replaying what-ifs that keep you stuck. Once you learn to trust yourself as much as you stand guard for others, your loyalty becomes the glue that keeps everything intact. Type 7. The enthusiast. Ever find yourself chasing the next thrill, eager to turn every moment into a new adventure? That's the essence of the enthusiast. You bring an energy that turns routine into possibility, always scanning for the next exciting idea, experience, or opportunity. Your energy is contagious, and people naturally gravitate toward your fun-loving, spontaneous spirit. Fueled by curiosity and imagination, you see the world as an endless array of doors, each one promising new discovery. When something sparks your interest, your focus is electric. You dive in head first and show others what's possible when passion leads the way. You have a rare ability to find silver linings where others see dead ends, and this mindset makes you resilient when life throws curveballs, allowing you to connect ideas in ways that spark innovation and excitement. That relentless appetite for newness comes with its own set of risks. When life's challenges slow you down, your instinct is to escape rather than face discomfort head-on. This often leads to scattered focus and unfinished projects. The real adventure begins when you stop chasing what's next and work on building what lasts. Type 8. The challenger. You're an unstoppable force, an embodiment of raw strength, fearless leadership, and unwavering confidence. That's the challenger's gift. You don't wait for permission or debate the plan. You take charge, standing firm to defend your values and leading with conviction. You're fiercely independent, self-sufficient, and generously protective of others, especially those who can't stand up for themselves. You have an instinct for spotting weakness in systems and the guts to call them out, turning confusion into structure and conflict into resolution. People look to you when situations demand courage and direction, and your honesty brings you admiration and respect. But standing strong comes with a price. You can come across as intimidating or confrontational, sometimes bulldozing over others without meaning to. Trusting people and showing vulnerability doesn't come easily, and you're often tempted to hide the softer parts of yourself. Learning to balance control with openness transforms your strength from a shield into a source of true empowerment for both you and everyone who follows your lead. Type 9. The peacemaker. Unlike the challenger, the peacemaker is naturally easygoing, patient, and accepting. You bring a steady calm to any situation, seeing multiple perspectives and skillfully helping mediate conflicts. Your supportive nature makes you a trustworthy and stabilizing presence, someone people rely on without question. You have an innate ability to create harmony in groups and help people see eye to eye. Your real strength lies in your subtle but persuasive influence, diffusing tension before it turns into hostility, helping people see the bigger picture, and giving everyone a chance to be heard and feel understood. But sometimes avoiding confrontation to keep peace leads you to complacency, and difficulty asserting your needs can leave you feeling unimportant. Speaking up feels risky, because rocking the boat threatens the very harmony you cherish. But when you gain the courage to stand up for yourself as firmly as you stand up for others, your voice doesn't just keep the peace, it makes space for your own needs as well. Every personality hides a quiet advantage, a strength disguised as a flaw, waiting to be understood. See the patterns, learn your power, and don't just scroll past human nature. Subscribe to understand it.